Oh, if it isn't my favorite little feather. I didn't think you'd come back after yesterday's failed attempt to exorcise me. Oh, what's wrong? Don't tell me you're still upset about it. No, no. No one can blame you for not being able to purge me of my corruption and sins that taint my imperfect form, or whatever it was you were attempting to lecture me on. Perhaps you just don't want to admit you enjoyed our little chat from yesterday. You were so close to laying a hand on me. After all, just one step away from breaking that perfect, holy facade. Look at you. The same disgusted glare as always. It really is adorable how hard you try to keep your composure, hiding such an ugly truth for the sake of those self-righteous, heavenly officials you get off to. That, in and of itself, should count as its own crime. Oh, come on now. Don't pretend you think I don't see it. The cracks in that flawless mask of yours. You're so desperate to cling to your purity. Yet, here you are, alone, with me, again. Tell me, little feather, what excuse are you feeding to yourself this time? It's your duty, it's divine will, or is it simply because you want to be here? I'm quite flattered, really. If you want my company, all you have to do is ask me nicely. Oh, you think I'm underestimating you? Well, you'd be entirely incorrect if that was the case. If anything, I'm counting on you. I'm a demon, darling. It's in my nature to crave any negative emotions, and as pure as an angel may be, theirs tastes the best. That righteous fury of yours, the way your hands tremble with fear when you almost struck me yesterday. Oh, well, that was delicious. Besides that, you've been starving me for who knows how long. I haven't had a decent meal since you captured and attempted to exorcise me, only to fail again and again and again. Oh, don't give me that look, little feather. You know it's unbecoming of someone so divine. Do you even know why you failed? It's not because of your strength. No, far from it. In fact, I can practically smell the stench of your divinity from here. It's because deep down, some part of you doesn't want to succeed. Some part of you is curious about me, drawn to me, perhaps even jealous of the freedom I have to indulge. It's in my true nature, after all. If only I could have what he has. That's what you're thinking, correct? Now, wouldn't that be a sight for sore eyes, to see an angel fall, even a little, and into my arms nonetheless? If only you'd give me that honor, I promise I'd catch you. But of course, that's the problem with you angels, isn't it? So desperate to cling to your precious little virtues, so afraid to admit that maybe, just maybe, there's something more to you than this pristine image you project. Do you know what fascinates me about your kind, Feather? It's how much you loathe the idea of being anything but perfect. I've seen angels who've burnt their wings to ash, trying to prove their worth to those heavenly officials you so adore. They'll use you, just like they've used countless others before. You, all of you, you're nothing more than pawns. And they are the kings, they are the queens of the paradise you've been blessed to live in. Sooner or later, pawns become useless. Some sooner than others, of course. And once that happens, little Feather, they'll dispose of you just like you're nothing. I can see it now. The fall of the heavens' golden child. What a story that would make. Maybe they'll let you keep your wings, charred and featherless as they'll be. At least you'll look the part of a fallen angel. But you don't have to take my word for it. After all, I'm just a wicked, untrustworthy demon, aren't I? Come on, little Feather. Go on, prove me wrong. Oh, how noble of you. Truly, your resolve is as admirable as it is stupid. Are those your own thoughts, or are you just repeating what's been shoved into your head 1,000 times, perhaps more? Oh, what do I mean by that? Well, how do I say this in a way you will understand? Oh, I know. It's a load of crap. You and I both know that purity of yours is a lie. A pretty little mask you wear to keep yourself in line, to make you feel superior to the rest of us. But deep down, well, you're just as flawed, just as weak as the rest of us sinners. Honestly, it's pathetic. Those officials must be desperate if they sent someone as pitiful as you to exorcise me. I almost feel sorry for you. I don't, of course. But it's pitiful nonetheless. Angels and deities alike speak of how brainwashed we are to be so tempted so easily. And yet, the fact that you were so easily riled up and almost broke a heavenly law just to teach me a lesson? Why, I feel like the victim here. The only difference is that I embrace what I am, while you're terrified of it. There it is. That tiny flicker of uncertainty. I've seen it at least 100 times before, in others like you who tried to play the hero. And every time it is just as satisfying to witness. Pure or not, desire is a natural thing to have to endure, you know? I heard that when an angel fails their duties, they're banished. Don't tell me it's not a coincidence you can't get rid of me. Or maybe the heavenly officials are finally ready to replace their favorite little pawn. Think about it, little feather. You've failed to purify me over and over, and yet you keep coming back like it'll change. How long before they stop sending you altogether, How long before they decide you're too much of a liability? Oh, and then what? What will you do when your precious heaven abandons you? When they streel you from your wings and cast you out? Will you grovel for forgiveness, or will you crawl to me begging for purpose? Oh, no. Don't worry. I'll take you in, of course. I'm not as cruel as those you serve. Oh, finally, there it is, little feather. Let all those emotions out. Let that anger consume you entirely. Show me the monster hiding behind those wings. Oh, I promise I won't fight back at all. No, no. Bound in these chains by you, I'll endure all of your precious feelings you've kept bottled up for centuries upon centuries. As weak and helpless as I am, it won't hurt a bit. That's it. That's what I've been waiting for. Do you feel it? Do you feel it, Feather? That rush, that thrill. It feels good, doesn't it? Admit it. Look at you, so high and mighty, but when push comes to shove, you're just a scared little bird, aren't you? Clipped wings and all, so desperate to prove you're something more. But this is all you will ever be. But maybe that's why they picked you. Someone disposable enough that losing them wouldn't cause too much of a stir. After all, you were always meant to fail, weren't you? Oh, poor, pathetic little feather. Oh, that's right. Do it again. Hurt me. Prove to yourself that you're not as pure as you pretend to be. Oh, yes, that's it. Show me how divine you really are. Oh, so close, little feather. So Oh, you stopped. Look at you, my beautiful broken angel. Doesn't it feel liberating to let go? To let go of all of that restraint. Oh, you don't have to fight it anymore, you know. That pristine mask you wear, let it crack, let it shatter. Oh, is this that guilt? Is this guilt I see on your face? Smile, won't you? After all, such an ugly expression will ruin the moment. You hate yourself for it, don't you? For actually enjoying it, for proving me right. Oh, don't worry. Don't worry, Feather. I won't tell a soul. Your dirty little secret is safe with me. Oh, there's no need to cry. There's no need to cry, little Feather. You've done so well. You've finally stopped pretending. Doesn't it feel good to be free? To stop holding yourself to such impossible standards. Rest now, little Feather, and when you wake up, it'll all have been a bad dream. Oh, poor little thing. I'll teach you how to be a real demon. Then we'll see what those officials think and make sure they never underestimate my potential.